This is an introduction safety video on the surface planer. We are going to introduce you to the basic components and safe operations of this machine. This is the tool that we use to make flat faces and a uniform thickness. To begin, let's go over some basic components before we start talking about safe operation on this tool. First, the in-feed and out-feed tables. The in-feed table is located on the front of the machine. The machine has what's called in-feed rollers that's going to take the board from you, run it across the cutter head, and hand it to you on the other side. On the back side of the machine is the out-feed table. Almost the entire operation is mechanical, so your hands should be nowhere near the openings of either side of this machine. Now let's talk about the adjustment wheel and the ruler. The adjustment wheel is what you use to properly set the machine to mill your material. The adjustment wheel is turned to raise and lower the in-feed table. All surface planers have an indicator of some kind that lines up with a ruler. Every machine is going to have a way to turn it on and to turn it off. This machine's on-off power switch is located on the left-hand side opposite of the adjustment wheel. The button that turns the machine off has two pieces. The back piece is going to be twisted to the right or clockwise until the button snaps out. Now the machine is ready to be turned on. Now we're ready to talk about setup and safe operation. The first thing you're going to do is measure the thickest part of your board. Once you have that number, remember it. It doesn't matter how you measure the thickness of your material. You can use a tape measure or a steel ruler, but we have to find the thickest part by measuring the edge. In this case, you can see the material is 1 inch thick. Now that you have the thickness of your material, go to the surface planer and turn the adjustment wheel until the in-feed table indicator lines up with the 1 inch mark on the ruler. Now we have the machine set up. Let's show you how to run a board. Press the green button to turn the machine on. On the in-feed side, hand the machine your material. There's in-feed rollers that are going to grab the board from you, run it across the cutter head, and hand it to you on the other side. As you can see, it's going to give us a nice clean face. In this case, the opposite side of the board still looks very rough. So we're going to want to plane both faces of the board. And oftentimes, we're planing until we reach a desired thickness. So let's show you how we do that. This time we had marked the faces with chalk to give you a visual on what this machine does. As we hand the board to the machine, you'll notice the chalk lines are now gone. The face is smooth. But now we're going to want to raise the table because we want to plane the other side. A half turn is all that's needed, and then flip the board and let the machine make your other face smooth. If you ever have any questions on how to set up or operate this machine, they are posted in the front of the machine, and you can always reach out to an instructor. Just a couple of more quick things. We only run lumber on this machine. You would never attempt to run plywood because plywood already comes with two smooth faces. Also, if you ever are running this machine and notice that there are chips coming out of the front or back in an excessive way, probably the blast gate is not open and the exhaust is not able to take the chips and remove them from the cutting. This concludes our video. Thanks for watching. Let's get back in the shop and let's get back to building.